Smile.
Pri Etz Chayim, exactly. Smile. Smiling wave. Shar Hamatzot, Gate of Passover, chapter 1. Here we go.
And we'll put the link.
Yeah,
we'll
put the link
Okay.
connected to it.
Okay, we probably don't have to say that.
Inyan Pesach v'Yetziat Mitzrayim. So the idea of Pesach, the holiday of Passover, v'Yetziat Mitzrayim, and Exodus, going out of Egypt. Right? Halo yadata, ki harishonim salku hashchina ad rikia hashvi'it v'chamat avonotehem. The first ones, as in the first generations, they took away the Shekhinah, the female aspect of God, until they sent it to the seventh firmament because of their sins. So they sent it down to a lower place. Do we know
what the seventh firmament is?
I don't know exactly what he means by Rikia Shvi'it.
I don't know either, and it's not stopping us from continuing. Right, like we can still continue on, even if we don't exactly know every single definition of everything. Word. But we just know that we don't know, and but you're saying it's lower than
it seems like it's
something
lower
that
than
exists. Seems like it's lower than before.
It seems like, exactly.
And what is this salchu hashchina that the Shekhinah left? What do we know what the Shekhinah is, or can we give some?
We can call the Shekhinah the female aspect of God. We can call it the.
That sounds a little gender biased.
Gender biased. That's true.
Shekhinah, is it like the receiving aspect?
The receiving force of God, you can say that too. I guess you would say
something connected to the physical world. Like
it seems like exactly. It seems like a spiritual blanket on the physical world. You can call it like a metaphor.
Blanket, like that kind of keeps you like if you're like bowling and you have those gutter bumpers, and it kind of keeps the ball in the lane kind of thing. So like even if you screw up, it's kind of there to kind of make the screw ups not as bad.
Yeah, we could call it for our purposes the receiving force of God, or the malchut. You can call it.
We can call it Shekhinah too, but okay, all right, but it's something connected to a more physical aspect, or connected more to the physical. Okay.
So that was because of the first generations, the generations after, basically during the times between Adam, Arishon, Adam, and Noah. There was these generations that, because of their sins, they removed this spiritual aspect of God and removed it to a lower level. Now, Bnei Israel, the ones who were that generation that was in Eretz Mitzrayim, they were in Galut, they were in exile. Okay. So there was the same sparks of the sperm of Adam in those 130 years. So they were reincarnations of this generation of the Dor HaMavud, the generation of the flood, the ones who were wiped out in the flood. So who were those people? The people in the generation.
You said it very fast. What was the connection to a primordial man, or Adam Harishon? And like these are sparks that came from Adam Harishon that didn't find a place to have a sort of a positive
receiving force. They didn't have somewhere to exactly. They didn't have a place to rest. They didn't have where to go.
If we're talking about, like, let's say like seeds, if you were like scattering seeds on cement, right? It's not going to grow.
It's not going to grow.
Maybe after 1,000 years it will. And so that kind of what happened here, right? The cement kind of disintegrated over time. If you want to go with that metaphor, the seeds kind of, and so then it found a place where it could grow, which was
exactly.
Okay. Now, when was that? That was.
So that was. Now he says Vehem Sod Dor HaMabul, so it's the secret of the generation of the flood. So during the flood, they were doing a lot of sins. They were wasting sperm, which is not a good thing. And you'll see that it all connects at the end in Mitzrayim. It's very interesting.
Okay.
So Vehem Sod Dor HaMabul sheyu gam ken mashchitim zra'am al haaretz leotam ba'im mishor shahu ad shenimochu. So this generation of the flood, they were wasting sperm, and because of that, these people in Mitzrayim, they came from that root. They were reincarnation I'm not sure what nimochu means. I'm sorry, I don't know what that word means.
Destroyed?
Destroy. Your guess is better than mine.
Isn't it like the same root as like timche et zecher Amalek?
Oh yes. Oh wow. Yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, exactly. So until they were destroyed, or until they were disappeared, I guess.
So and just to give it like a little bit of a practical or a modern spin, because that seems like, okay, well, you said they're wasting seed, sperm, like
that's literally
how do we
what
kind
they
of think about?
Yeah,
that's literally okay.
That's literally what they did, but how do you translate that?
So maybe they weren't considering this force of life as important, and they were kind of treating it in a way without respect or without sense or something.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
I would agree with that. That's a good. I like that.
Okay, so like basically like treating their bodies maybe like only from the physical level and not really from a consciousness or spiritual or energy,
right, exactly.
or so everything is physical. Like, oh, who cares? Like, okay, it was a physical thing. Like, what does it matter? It's just some liquid. What's the big deal? But there's life force in that, and what it seems to suggest is that it created a process that needed to be corrected later.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So these people in Mitzrayim were a reincarnation. These people Dol Mabul. That's why he says B'zeh sod vayar Hashem ki rabba ra'at ha'adam mamash. So it says in the pasuk in the verse about the generation of the Mabul. Good. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so it says in the verse, in the generation of the flood, it says, and God saw that there was a lot of evil people, or that there was a lot of evil in the people. So he puts here mamash, because the seed is called ra'a, it's called literally like evil. Vamotzi zera levatala nikra ra. Person who wastes seeds is called an evil person. Like it says, Kmo she'amar bezor al pasuk lo yigolcha ra. On the verse lo yigolcha ra. I'm not sure what that Zohar is talking about, but we know he's taking from this verse in the Zohar that whoever is wasting seed is called an evil person.
What is evil? Because I think for a modern audience, that's going to seem seem odd.
Evil, as in he's not following in the path of spirituality. He's not following the path of a Torah life, you can say, and because of that, he's called a wicked person.
I once saw this definition of ra, or evil, as an acronym for ratzon atzmi, which means like selfishness, which I really like. Yeah. So like evil, because you go into this whole conversation of like what's morality and what's ethics and what's Jewish ethics. But if you have a tautological definition, meaning it's like, if the definition is that I'm not following the mitzvot and that I'm evil, it's kind of, the mitzvot say to follow themselves, so you can't ever get out of that loop, Yeah. But if you define it as something that's absolute, like, we're just going to reframe the conversation. Evil and good. Evil is I'm only thinking about myself, and good is I'm only thinking about others.
Exactly.
Right? That's like an absolute definition, which I like. It's not a relative definition.
I like that
and so
definition.
I guess if you think about it, right, if Ra is selfishness, then by doing this act where you're not respecting your body, you're not respecting the life force of this liquid, there's some aspect of selfishness in that. Right? I guess from a practical level, they could be giving life to people, and it's not, right? And so there's selfishness in it. Maybe that's a way to kind of bridge. Kind of what we think. Because I don't. Okay. I don't think
I've heard it too. The ratzon atzmi, it's a desire for yourself. Yeah.
Right. I haven't. We got to find the source, and maybe we can tag it here. But okay. So basically, this selfishness is causing, or this evil. Let's say the selfishness is a function of all of these acts that were happening.
Right. So it's like
from
we have to understand
the generation of Adam through the flood.
Why was the generation of the flood wiped out? It quotes the verse, God saw that they were evil. So what does that mean, evil? What were they doing? So he uses the secret from the Zohar that a person who wastes seed is called evil. He's only focusing on ratzon atzmi, his own selfish desires, and because of that, they were wiped out. But how does that connect to Mitzrayim? So now he's going to say, Nimsa kidor mabul, the generation of the flood, hemra'at adam harishon mamash. They were the evil part of Adam harishon, Adam, from the beginning of creation. So what does it mean that Adam wastes seed? What does that mean? It means that there was an evil part in him, an evil aspect that we're talking about this generation of the flood. And that's what we're talking about. So he ends the paragraph, I don't know where this pasuk is from, but it literally means I will erase the person that I created. So which person will he erase? The person who acts in the way that the Dor HaMabul acted. At least that's how I'm reading it, how I'm understanding it.
Okay.